Okay, so what I'm going to do in this video is set up Gmail to send and receive a Bhakti Marga email address. So here, if you come to the website, I'll get to the home page, bm-country-website.org, click on email tutorials. You'll see a link to a webmail account here. So everybody in the organization that wants to access webmail clicks that, and then it goes to my server, but you have to put in the email address and password that you were sent by myself or by the web administrator for your country. In this case, I just set up a test email. So yours would be your name at bhaktimarga. Whatever country extension you're using, so DE, ES, etc. The password that you were given, log in, and then you'll be able to see the confirmation email that Google send out. Okay, so this is quite important for the process. Right, next thing I need to do is go to a Gmail account. You'll see here that I'm using a Gmail account that I set up for just general Gmail things that I needed for Ireland, but obviously you can use any Gmail account for this, right? So what we're going to do is go to settings, which is here, go to that one there, and then we want to go to account and import, right? And down here we want to go to add another email address. So I'm going to click on that. Now I'm going to put my name, which is Varmadev, and I'm going to put in test afterward just because I know it's a test, all right? The email address is going to be whatever your email address is, and then we go next step. Okay, so the SMTP server is mail dot, then it'll be Bhakti Marga, whatever your address is. test@bhaktimarga.ie will be your email address under username. The password is the password that we used in all other instances of this video. So let's go to add account, leave the port at 587, add account. Okay, now what has happened now is Google is just trying to check whether you are a genuine person and that you're not going to do some spamming on their email service. So what we need to do is go into Roundcube, which is the first one we looked at, this one, and we want to just refresh. And now we'll see the Gmail confirmation code. So let's go and find it. There it is. Grab it. Go into Gmail again. So where's the settings? We need to find that yellow box. There it is. Paste that in, verify, and then that's us done. Google has now verified that account, okay? But that's only one half of the process, okay? Right, now, let's do the second half, which is slightly more, fiddly, but we'll get there in good time. What I want to do is, because I don't really use the Bhakti Marga Ireland at Gmail very much, I'm going to make this one the default. So anything that comes in always gets sent out of the email account at Varmadev test. So instead of this Bhakti Marga Ireland, I'll put my name. So that's better than having your Gmail accidentally return a reply to a message sent to your Bhakti Marga email address. That's it, just leave that there. But what we have to do is add a mail account underneath, okay? So the email address is test, yes, as we've been doing it before, so that's whatever your email address is. Leave this one on import mails account, yes, just leave it, next. Right, the username is test@Bhakti-Marga, the password is the usual. Pop mail is just leave it at that, leave the port at 110. Now this is quite important, what we want to do is tick that box there. I'm also going to label incoming messages with that, right? And then what I want to do is add the account. I don't need to save. And now that is checking the server for mail. Okay, but obviously what we want to do is we're going to want to check if all of this works. So if I go back to my inbox, you'll see that that Gmail confirmation is has been sent. I'm going to open up my, actually what I'll do is I'll open up my Gmail from here. So go to Gmail. I'm going to send a message to test, compose. This is test@bhaktimarga.ie. The subject is this is my first message. from seb@gmail.com. So I know it's just from this one here. I'm going to say, hello, Varmadev. I hope you are well. Thanks, Seb. So it's important that you go through this testing process just to check you've done everything correctly. I'm going to press send. That's sent out of my Gmail. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to this Gmail. I'm going to hit the refresh button twice. Okay, go back to settings, just check that this has been done correctly. Accounts and import. Check mail now. Okay, go back to the inbox. There it is. So sometimes Gmail's a little bit slow in trying to check the server. So it doesn't do it like every 30 seconds. But it does do it, I think, every 5-10 minutes. So sometimes you might not get an instant message. The good thing to do here is just reply and just say, okay, dismiss that and say, this is a reply from test at Bhakti Marga.ie. Thanks for the wishes, Seb. So I know this is coming from this account. Okay, so let's just double check who is sending. There's no way to see it, but I'll send it anyway. So Varmadev Test has sent it to Seb. I'm going to go back to here, refresh this. Again, it might not come in straight away. I'm just going to go and check the mail. Or sometimes it also, a good thing to do is to check the spam, because if it's a new account, no, nothing there yet. Let's go up to inbox, and I'll have to go to here and settings, and oh, it has come in already. Look, I can just see it now. There's Varmadev. Okay, so Varmadev Test, that's the email that we set up. So that's working. Everything is now sending and receiving through Gmail. And if you ever want to check your mail, you can obviously come back to here into round queue, press refresh, and you can see this is a message from, So yeah, there's a few ways you can do it, but that's essentially how you would set up a mail account and run it through Gmail.